corpse, my kin. We must cut them down. For Lilith, for the Phoenix Throne, for Alt One!
What's going on, guys? Running it back with another replay for you, and it's gonna be a bit of a showdown between the High Elves, helmed by XMT Rider of Rohan here, and then Angel facing off on the other side. I mean, coming in here with pretty different builds, quite honestly. I mean, we've got white lines of trace all through the front line, max numbers of them, including the Pure Main Company, Techless on horseback, Silver Helms backing that up. A little bit of mobility in the early game. 5 archers, man. That's a lot of firepower to use here. They're going to be pretty effective at pushing back the Illyrian Reaver core here that Angel is relying on. Angel bringing in the Illyrian Reaver archers is never really a bad idea, but they do get outranged just a little bit by these archers. We'll be seeing what Angel's going to figure out how to make effect out of these guys. It might be a little bit tricky, just with this big archer core, slow pushing him off these 2 points here. The number 3 and the number 2 is where Rider Rohan looks to be headed right now, taking a very dominant position with this very wide infantry-focused build. First few volleys coming in here from the archers, going to do some nice damage to the Illyrian Reavers. And they are going to be pulling back pretty quickly. Skirmishing with the archers probably not the best idea, but shooting at these white lions, I know they have the 30% armor resistance, but that's basically just a bronze shield. I don't think it's a bad idea to just shoot at these guys, honestly. You know, you can get the damage in there. There's a little bit of AP on these guys. They got 3, which is better than nothing. You can certainly do a little bit of poke against them. Some more Illyrian Reavers coming out and getting ready to party for sure. Really nice Flock of Doom, hitting all the Spearmen here, hitting the Archers and the Illyrian Reavers, doing some nice work. Good poke coming in from Techless there, but he did take some overcast damage from that, unfortunately for him. Never a tremendously fun thing for him to be dealing with. Imrik coming in on the dragon, just landing right on top of 2 of these archers and doing some nice burst damage here in the opening. But Silverhelms do intercept some Illyrian Reavers and are getting some really nice work done, man. They're really heavily armored as opposed to the Illyrian Reaver Cav, who are starting to take some pretty serious work from these guys. And at the very least, they're railroading most of the cavalry units here. Some Illyrian Reavers do slip by, though. Shut down this other archer unit, and the frontline engagement has really kicked off pretty nicely for Rider of Rohan. Angel being very obliging and engaging these white lions in the front line, man. It's a pretty scary fight to take for Spearmen. They do have really good melee defense, but incredibly poor melee attack, as you can see here. And the white lions aren't terrible with the 38 melee attack against the 50 melee defense. And with the AP, they're going to start grinding through these Spearmen pretty efficiently over time. More Illyrian Reavers, they do just kind of charge directly into the Pure Main Company. Not the situation you'd really like those guys to be in. Pull them out and squeak them through here. There's a little bit of a gap in the line along here. You can squeak some units through if you get into the spaghetti formation. Honestly, not the worst idea in the world, and man, oh man, going so deep trying to get after the archers here. Illyrian Reaver Cav do scream around the flank here. Some of them are getting intercepted by these Dragon Princes and absolutely crushed right now. Huge intercepts from Rider of Rohan, doing a pretty good job of breaking down some of the pressure here. Imrik getting after poor Techless, though. Really scary spot for Rider of Rohan to be in, man. Losing Techless here this early could be catastrophic. Down to 900 HP, on the verge of breaking here. Gets hit yet again, down to 400 and routing now. Oh, man. Doing a good job of intercepting a lot of the cavalry, but Imrik's starting to take this game over a little bit. I mean, 1100 value so far. Definitely could stand to maybe help out some of the other cav around on the battlefield. Winning the Lord engagement is nice and all, but Techless has enough leadership that he's probably going to rally here. Is Techless really going to be able to chase him all the way off the battlefield here? And is he still going to have anything left on the field by the time that happens? It's quite a ways off to the edge of the map here. And in the meantime, man, we've got like the Heralds of the Wind and all these Illyrian Reavers that Angel's been bringing out, getting absolutely massacred right now. And the front line fight, as I expected, not going too hot. Angel definitely looking the worse for wear here. 2 White Lions engaging his. That's going to eventually work out in Rider of Rohan's favor. Some Illyrian Reavers also sweeping the battlefield. They are tied up on the Mage of Life. Just pull them off and go right onto these archers and get into the rear there. That would be a beautiful play. Probably what Rider of Rohan is looking to do. Certainly a very experienced land battle player, I know. So, you know, following up on these engagement wins in the front line and snowballing from there, definitely something that he's going to be familiar with. Looks like Imrik did chase off Teclis, so maybe there's a little path back in here. Definitely need to save what's left of the his units on the battlefield, though, because it is getting tenuous, to say the least. There are an awful lot of units here from Rider of Rohan just bouncing around, knocking down all of the remaining frontline troops for Angel. The Spearmen really not holding up. The White Lions of Trace here doing a great job of grinding through and giving Rider of Rohan a path back into this game. Starting to take a bit of a value lead as well in this Mage of Life, man. Having to pop a regrowth on himself just to stay in combat here. They're very poor melee combatants, and Illyrian Reavers have decent stats, honestly, for a cavalry unit. They're doing pretty nicely for themselves there. Imrik finally rallying back for all of his fellow warriors, trying his best to get the forces of... I'm not sure what sub-faction this is. Tor of Rest, maybe? I don't think so. Not 100% sure, but trying to help out his own fellow High Elf faction to get some work done around the battlefield. Gets a nice breath attack on those Dragon Princes. Definitely needs to land here and help push these guys off. Needs to cap an objective. Is triple capped right now. Rider of Rohan doing a great job of just swarming the battlefield now. Lots of mobility coming out in the late game here. More Dragon Princes just getting summoned up. Illyrian Reaver Archers taking dominant positions around the battlefield. We got 2 out here. We got some cavalry. They're showing up to get some bow fire in on Imrik here. Imrik definitely needs to make something happen sooner rather than later. I believe the... where's the mage? Oh, the mage got taken out? Oh, no. Mage did get away. Managed to rally up with the White Lions here. And there's a little bit of a push going on now for Angel. Definitely a little bit of a comeback in the works here. More White Lions coming out. These Illyrian Reavers going to get a nice side charge on these guys, but probably not going to be able to win this combat. Oh, actually not getting the full charge off on the White Lions. Going after the Archers here, maybe going to finish this unit off. Some of the models do pile in nicely here and get some good damage. Definitely hanging in the balance there for Angel. Needs to keep those Archers alive. Even in a tattered state, they'll be able to provide some pretty good work there. Be able to shoot into the rear of the Pure Main Company and these other White Lines of Trace. Then maybe his own can get a good rear charge there. That would be the best place to focus in on now. More Illyrian Reaver Archers coming in. I'm not 100% sold on bringing those guys right now. Definitely need a little more heavy-duty impact in the front line here. I know you've got Imrik, but Imrik can't do it alone. Definitely takes him a little time to work down cavalry and infantry units by himself. Having a little bit more than a couple of White Lines of Trace on the field would give you a little bit of battlefield control that you're kind of sorely lacking here. And the Archers are unfortunate. And the Illyrian Reavers continuing their rampage back here, doing a good job of bouncing through them, going after the other tattered unit of Archers here. Getting intercepted a little bit, but good job force pathing through by XMT Rider of Rohan here. Jumping on top of those Archers, breaking their leadership maybe? Oh, not quite. They're barely holding on here. Doing a good amount of damage though, but man, Imrik getting hounded down now. Taking a lot of damage here from what exactly? I'm not 100% sure, but maybe just all of these Dragon Princes slowly chipping down his HP here. Imrik trying to make it happen. Teclis is back out on the field, much cheaper than Imrik on that Dragon, so really nice for Rider of Rohan here. Illyrian Reavers are mopping up some Archers of Rohan. Gonna get up on the number 1, I imagine, cap that up. Really needs to start grinding back some of these ticket deficits he's finding himself in right now. Illyrian Reavers running for their lives, being hounded by scores and scores of cavalry here. Getting very isolated on the edge of the battlefield here, and they are definitely going to be lost here. Angel doing a really good job of staying close in the value, but not finding a way back onto these points is really starting to add up. Definitely going to be triple cap territory for him. Before too long here, more Illyrian Reavers coming out. They are on top of these archers, going to deal with them pretty efficiently, and got to get the charge off here. This is a huge moment for Angel. If you can get the charge off here, does see the Illyrian Reavers coming in, reroutes the Spearmen, does a pretty good job of intercepting and trying to get the counter charge, and actually does get it. Rider of Rohan being obliging enough to turn around and come right into the force of his units here. And looks like Angel's getting a bit better of the trade there. Probably could use these Illyrian Reavers just to save some of his own units, a little bit of bother there. And maybe get a little bit of a death ball going here with some cavalry to screen through, deal with the Rangers potentially, but Angel's being very cautious here. Just leaving his own units to fight the 1v1 and potentially grab both of these objectives here in a moment. With the right circumstances, of course. Imrik is rallied up, and he is very healthy, and it's starting to look like it might be swinging back in Angel's favor a little bit. Imrik getting a regrowth, it looks like, getting nice and healed up. Lots of White Lions, very tattered and running for the hills finally. Imrik doing a really good job of sweeping the battlefield. 2,000 value on him, 180 kills just about. Definitely got a little bit of an opportunity here for Angel, but these Dragon Princes looking to drag this game out of the clutches of their opponents here. Get a great rear charge, absolutely crush those Illyrian Reavers. 1,900 value on these guys shortly here. And pull more Illyrian Reavers coming out of the vanguard from Rider of Rohan, just swarming the field. Doing a good job. Getting in over here with Teclis, getting a nice Flock of Doom there. Doing a lot of damage with the magic so far. And losing your Lord in the early game, but just managing to save up enough to bring him back out and support the rest of your army, proving to be really nice here. Holding on to all of the objectives, man. Angel just not able to swing any of these points here. And Imrik is looking alone yet again on the battlefield. Some Illyrian Reavers kind of idle back here. Not really having many places to go, though. Very outnumbered across the field now. Some Spearmen pushing up. We do have Imrik's Dragonhorn, the Vuvuzela of Doom, being cast here. But maybe too little too late. Dragon Prince is on top of the Mage of Life here, who is being picked apart. Imrik getting yet another heal, it looks like. Very healthy Imrik. Very nice unit to have on the battlefield, but no cap weight anywhere to make the difference, and that's going to be the game for you here. Grand Finals, and XMT Rider of Rohan takes the new player tournament this day. Better luck next time to Angel. Very unfortunate army comp to be coming in with. I do love the Imrik pick, but Imrik not enough here. The front line is just way too squishy to go up against White Lions, who did excellently here, doing really nicely for themselves. Almost all of them, if they're not outright paying for themselves, getting close. 600 value isn't too terrible for these guys. They did a really good job of grinding through all the Spearmen, chasing down quite a few other infantry units that came out, helping a little bit against some of the units that were being brought in the mid-game there by Angel. Intercepting their own counterparts here, as well as getting into fisticuffs with some of the Illyrian Reavers of Angel. Mage of Life did a good job of healing, but not having any support for the, High Elves have pretty low HP units. I really do feel like bringing in Earthblood is worth it. Just to cast around, these mages for High Elves, they get so much good work done with their abilities and have some really nice stuff to support the entire army with those heals. Really should take full advantage of that, I feel like. And I don't know, man. The Illyrian Reaver archers kind of got counterpicked here. Just a little too many archers for for Rider of Rohan here, doing a good job of summoning in mobility right off the bat to assist the one silver helm that he had. It was pretty good stuff, man. Good job getting Teclis back out, and I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope y'all have enjoyed. You can see the values here. Rider of Rohan doing a really nice job with the mobility, especially with the Dragon Princes here. 2,300 value on this, guys. That's really all you need to do, man. And had enough to deal with them. Nothing to answer the Fireborn, though, so maybe Angel should have saved up for these guys in the opener. Then brought out the Mage after that. The Mage wasn't too useful in the early going, and did kind of have it on the field for quite a while before it really started getting good heals on Imrik. I think bringing out the Fireborn first would have been really nice. And then it would have had, then there would have been 2 good targets for the regrowths. Mage kind of had to cast regrowth on himself a couple of times, which isn't really what you want. Not really a combat character, not going to make a huge amount of difference for him. But, yeah, maybe next time. I'll see you guys later. GG's. Peace. Take care.